Hollywood Insiders, The Secrets Behind Top Gun, Maverick and the Matrix Resurrections. Join Hollywood Insiders as we go behind the curtain of two of cinema's biggest franchises. In this episode, we analyze the incredible practical stunts of Top Gun, Maverick, and the meta-narrative complexity of the Matrix Resurrections. Lin Dan Introduction. 130 Top Gun, Maverick Practical Effects versus CGI. 445 The Matrix Resurrections, Returning to the Simulation.
You look good.
The film argues that Hollywood is stuck in a repetitive loop. It's a non-controversial crowd pleaser that appealed to all demographics, leading to a rare A+ cinema score and a near-perfect 99% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. 2. The Matrix Resurrections, a divisive deconstruction. Audiences were sharply split, with many feeling the film prioritized meta-commentary over the action and visual style they expected, challenging expectations. While some fans appreciated the film as a big-budget art film that explored identity and corporate greed, others found it tacky or confusing. Production quality. Some viewers criticized the digital cinematography and fight choreography, noting it felt cheap compared to the original trilogy's groundbreaking visuals. Contextual hurdles. Its performance was also hampered by its day-and-date release on HBO Max and direct competition with Spider-Man No Way Home. Comparative reception breakdown. Metric Top Gun, Maverick, The Matrix Resurrections. Rotten Tomatoes audience score 99%, 63%. Global box office 146美元 billion $157.3 million. Core sentiment: the blockbuster is back to meta for its own good. Resurrections in the wake of Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun Maverick does everything right that Matrix Resurrections did wrong. And Lana should have done what Cruise and Kaczynski did when it came to making the film. Anyways, the reason I've been thinking back to how much the last film I felt disappointed was due to me reflecting on it now, having seen arguably the best film of the year that surprisingly shares similarities to the Matrix Resurrections, that being Top Gun Maverick. Looking at the two films, it's interesting how much shared DNA they have. Both are legacy sequels to long-dormant series, are basically the original creators, Lana Wachowski and Tom Cruise. Going back to look at and examine the legacy of the original, take new looks at what place the older characters have when compared to the new generation. Have the past trauma inform a lot of what the hero goes through. Use new techniques in the filming of it, be it natural lighting or actual riding in the jets, and use meta-commentary to reflect on the very nature of these sorts of films. Be it all of the blatant fourth wall, leaning moments in Resurrections, or the many remarks given to Maverick about his time being almost up in TGM. Yet Matrix Resurrections ended up being a box office failure and garnered mediocre reviews, while Top Gun Maverick is currently enjoying record-breaking box office numbers and critical acclaim. One is considered unnecessary and a huge letdown, and the other is hailed as arguably the new blueprint for how a legacy sequel should be done. Why is that, despite them both having arguably the same goal in mind? Honestly, I think it comes down to the execution. With Matrix Resurrections, Lana got to caught up in it being a personal project with a very specific message she wanted to get across. It's blatantly obvious that this is both her airing her grievances about the constant demands for her to make another sequel, and her working through her grief at losing people close to her. Whether it's all the moments of biting the hands of WB during the first act, the decision to resurrect Neo and Trinity, Bug's message to the former about how his legend was told to her and others, and the increased focus on the love story between the two of them. Her intentions are very clear. Top Gun Maverick does something similar. It's also very clear that Cruise viewed it as a personal work as well, made especially obvious by his thank you message to the audience at the beginning, from the whole training camp he designed the actors to go through. His insistence that it be released in cinemas to the point of delaying it multiple times, and even the fact that he went out of his way to get Val Kilmer back in spite of his illnesses. And like Lana, Cruise also inserted his own thoughts about what the studios and the like think of these sorts of sequels and how the old characters are treated. Just look at the speech Ed Harris's character gives in the beginning, but it's here that the reason behind why one failed and the other succeeded become clear. In Matrix Resurrections, Lana is so caught up in showcasing her feelings and the themes. She wants to communicate that she neglects nearly every single area that counts, whether it's the much tamer action, Neo not being nearly as proactive as he once was, and ultimately repeating many of the same beats as the originals, but not doing anything more creative with them. TMR simply fails to really justify why it needed to be made in the first place. In fact, it actually repeats a lot of the failings of the previous sequels, rather than fixing them, such as the long dialogue sequences and dodgy CGI. Yes, that may have been the point the brainstorming focus group scene comes to mind, but this doesn't make it any less tedious to watch. And the things that are added either don't add much, the analyst time stop being used just for more dialogue, or make the film look ironically cheaper than natural lighting being one of the main culprits. It certainly doesn't help that Neo isn't really treated with as much dignity as he should. The most he gets to do as the one is force push, and he doesn't even get to fly until after Trinity does, in putting so much focus on the themes and meta-commentary. The film forgets everything else. It's no wonder why so many viewers have come away not liking it, and it resulting in a $100 million box office loss as a result. Heck, it may have actually killed people's interest in the franchise for good, which, while that may have been Lana's intent as to torch the series and run for it, is still disappointing given how rich the world of the Matrix series is. Now compare this to Top Gun Maverick. While it to include similar themes and messages, it never lets them overtake the main narrative and reasons as to why people came to see it in the first place. That being, not to have some sort of overt meta-commentary on the nature of the film's existence, but to come away with a satisfying sequel that lives up to and honors the original. And in this regard, TGM pulls this off masterfully, not content with just repeating action and narrative beats. It one-ups the originals thanks to going above and beyond with real stunts. They really did train to fly in the backseat of the F-A-18 Super Hornets. Fixes complaints people had with the original, even down to the smallest things like them actually using their cannons this time. And everything that is added to the film actually justifies its existence as a legacy sequel, given that it, rather than just repeat the beats of the original purely to make a meta-commentary, instead builds upon what was set up in the first film, such as Maverick's guilt over Goose's death and his friendship with Iceman. That, and it also treats the main hero with more dignity, while it isn't afraid to question Maverick's place in the present day. It ultimately reaffirms why he is still a beloved hero. He gets to show why he still has it, from his 2-15-minute test run to his sacrifice for Rooster during the coffin corner sequence. He is not pushed aside just to make some sort of point, whereas Neo is made to more or less react to everything with little agency until the end. Maverick is made more proactive instead. As a result, TGM end up being a much more satisfying legacy sequel than TMR? Yes. All of the above mentioned may have been the point Lana was trying to communicate, but it just doesn't translate well in practice, especially when combined with the poor execution, whereas Cruise knew exactly how to treat the legacy of the original without being heavy-handed, and didn't sacrifice anything just to prove a point. And unlike how TMR destroyed many people's interest in that series, more people have become fans of the Top Gun series to the point that ideas and the demand for more sequels are forming in the minds of many who saw it. Being a huge fan of the original Matrix, and not that much of a fan of the original Top Gun, it's both ironic and disheartening that it turned out this way, for me that is. Lana really could have taken a few notes from how Cruise and Joseph Kosinski approached making the sequel to Top Gun for when she made Matrix Resurrections. She could still have her meta commentary and all that, but she should have still done what the latter two filmmakers did. That being one-up the original while honoring it. Treat the hero with more respect, and still deliver a satisfying experience beyond just the personal manner. That is, at least in my eyes, why one film is at a mere 63% RT score, 5.7 IMDb rating, and only grossed $157.3 million USD on a $190 million United States dollars budget, while the other is sitting at a mighty 96% RT score